Hey gang, it's Czar checking back in with you. Got a little bit of movement going on here. Finally, on the NAS, we've had a couple of winning trades this morning. Two of them shorts, both of them shorts. Both of them shorts. One of them was a micro short, and the other one was a bigger one. And they're all there on YouTube. And another instructional video on drawing zones and so on and so forth. But we have something now. This candle closes in 12 seconds. Nice pullback on the on that close. By the looks of it, we have 4 seconds left. This is the 10-minute chart only that I'm looking at right now. Look for another little tail, and then I'd be getting out a buy stop limit order. A buy stop limit order. Just going to go over my platform here real quick and participate in this with you. A buy stop order. Buy stop order. Bear with me. Buy stop order on the 10-minute. Right about here. This is not a live order yet. I'll let you know if and when I go live. I really want to see a bottom wick over here. But this wick was so substantial that it almost counts as a bottom wick. And I'll try to explain what I mean by that. Orderly pullback here on the 1 minute. Orderly pullback on the 1 minute. It's very tempting right here. And I mean that in the most resourceful way when I say tempting. No, I'm gonna wait. See, I almost went live right there. I almost went live on that piece there. I had to look inside myself and ask myself if I was acting out of FOMO, desperation, and need to trade, testosterone, accepting the challenge, all those things that we deal with. My order now, yeah. This order's not live for me. And it's got a very good chance of running up. And that's okay. I needed that bottom wick, and if I don't get it, I'm sticking to my rules. I'm sharing this self-talk with you because I think it's so important. The ability to do what I'm doing right now, and I don't mean in terms of trading, but to look inside and be honest with yourself and ask yourself the important questions. What's driving me here? Yeah, I'm going to wait for a more optimal setup. This thing could just blast right up and then, there's 21 points. That's fine. That's fine. I'm looking for the most certain move, not a gambling move. I mean, this is all a gamble. Like at the end of the day, we're tossing coins with a slight edge, but you know what I mean by that. It's kind of putting blindfolds on and then taking a gamble. That's not what we're doing here. We're looking for the most certain move. And there's nothing certain about trading, about scalping, and about day trading. But out of all those uncertain moves, we're looking for the most certain one, the one that has the highest degree of probability of playing out. And since I've been doing this for a long time, I know what that setup looks like. And that wasn't it. Getting closer now, though. This is more orderly. If I get one more pullback here, I have to take a look at this. All right. I like the delay that's happening here now. Sometimes time hanging out is similar to a pullback, and that'll be difficult for me to explain here in the in this video, but I'll do a separate topic on that, kind of like time under the basically time under pressure, where constituents and components of the market are kind of gathering to watch this thing play out, getting ready to take a position. They're spectators at this point, looking to move, and then us being here for that. This would be a 20-point move max. I may drop that to 10 or 15. We'll see, and depending on how this thing plays. Right now, it's a double top. It's a micro double top on the 1 minute chart. You don't see that on the 10-minute chart unless you're able to understand that these two wicks are the double top that we're looking at right here. Right? This one here is on that candle. You see how I'm hovering over the 1 minute chart, but it's showing me the crosshair on that candle. You see that? But when I move over to this one, you'll see move over to the second 10-minute candle. That's to show you where we are in space and time. Double top rejecting now. This is good. It's what I want. The reason this doesn't look exactly like the trades you've been watching on my videos is because of this very clean traffic here to the left and relative freedom of movement, high probability of path of least resistance. My order is live now. It's a buy stop order to be taken into this for a push higher. 7:15 a.m. my time. That's New York time. Excuse that flashing there. I'm just trying to get over to my news. Just to remind myself of when the key news is coming out. We got some at 6 a.m. That was an hour and 15 minutes ago. There's really not a whole lot more here today. On this October 31st, 2022. I'm in this trade now. I'm in this trade. That didn't... See... Yeah, I have very tight spreads on interactive brokers when it comes to futures contracts. So I did have to have that tapped, and it was tapped, and that's why I'm in. But it also has to tap the TPs in order to get taken out, if that makes sense. I would have liked that to have blown through, given this little pullback here on the 1 minute. We didn't get that. So that's fine. We'll see how this plays out here. A little bit there, but we need a real nice push here. Get it through this area of micro resistance. Kind of think of it like this. This is a pattern I like. A nice impulse wave, creating resistance or a pivot, pulling back, driving again, and then pulling back, and a little small pullback here, and then exploding to the upside, usually on higher volumes. And I'll try to show you that on the volume chart and see if we can get something. Yeah, we're not. So we saw a pickup here in volume, but there was no explosion above, and so there is no, that's why you don't see the volume, right? Without the volume, that thing doesn't go. And volume on early morning futures is a little bit suspect, but you get the idea. And rejecting. Okay. So that's not a good look. Those topping tails there that you see on, oops, I'm going to just undo that. That's not a good look and doesn't bode as well for this trade, given that nice shift move here. Shift, that's to, in case you think I was saying something else. So S-H-I-F-T, shift move. And then this pullback, nice and orderly, and then this would be where I want to see the explosion. There's still another opportunity. If we don't break below here, it's another opportunity to get that momentum and that volume to drive us through. But it's not looking as positive right now. And you think, well, how do you know that? I mean, it's still sitting up there. Well, it's been doing this for a while, and you get a sense of how this moves. There are a lot of traders who would maintain a great deal of hope here. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, you got to be positive. When you've been doing this for a while, you start to get realistic about what to expect and what to see. So we're still intact. But given this kind of volatility contraction pattern, if we break below here, that structure is broken for now. So we'll see. Break and close, by the way. If just a little break is not a big deal. But if a 1 minute candle closes below here, not as great. So let's see. As long as it doesn't, then we're still intact. There are times, by the way, that I might even do this today, is when the moment that happens, just to get out of the trade. I don't even wait for this, the bigger drop to 19.5 points of loss. So we'll see how this works out. Yeah, so we're like 40 seconds in here. Here comes the break that I was talking about. And there it goes. Now, if by some stretch of the imagination we can wake back up and close above there in the next 15 seconds, then we're still intact. Otherwise, I shut this thing down. Three seconds left. Let's see if we can do it. All right, we're still in this for now. This looks like it's going to be a wick fill coming down, but we'll see. But the only saving grace so far is the fact that it's tapped the 20 and then rejected immediately and went higher. Now, typically those will get filled and then prices will move down. But let's see if we can stay in this. So now my stop is moved to the tail. This is edge shifting, right? We're managing this trade inside of itself. Notice on the 10-minute, stop is now below the wick of the 10-minute chart. Very high chance of being stopped out on this. But if we stay in, we stay in. So now we're looking at a 1 to 2 RR, right? For those who like to measure in terms of that, looking at the RR, becoming the RR monkeys, ones who are, you need to always see a 1 to 2 ratio, and I don't personally because I have a high win rate, but it also works. Getting ready to be stopped out, and I'm actually still in my account. Still in. That's because mine is actually down here. I'm just going to put it where I am. 26.75. Yeah, right about there. These trade markers on TradingView, of course, are never exact according to broker prices, and so I always have to kind of adjust that a little bit to make sure that we're looking at the same numbers. 37.50, 37.75. Bear with me. Yeah, okay. So that's what we are. Likely to get stopped out now. These wicks are rejecting it. That's the only, saving grace for the next 5 seconds or so. We still haven't closed below the 20 on the 1 minute, although we're 18 seconds away from it happening. So remember I said that if the 1 minute closes below that zone that I drew, then I'd likely be out. Notice I'm still in. The reason I've made that judgment call, that audible, if you will, is because of these violent rejection wicks. There is buying coming in here. I think the chances are 80% that we're going to get stopped out here. But because of this, it's giving me a reason to believe that taking this 1 to 2 bet, if you will, is a fair idea. It's a reasonable idea. And that's managing a trade during the process, right? Some traders will be getting false hope here. I don't. I know how this works. Watching and waiting. Now those nervous traders, free to get out here just at a 3 or 4 points loss. I'm not going to. I'm going to trust the process. Yeah, you can be out of here for 3, now 2 points, 2.5 points. I'm not doing it. I'm sticking with it. I got that bottoming wick that I wanted initially on the 10-minute. Remember this here? That's what I wanted. We now have it. And I'm going to stay with it here. When you're trading like this, you need to be alert, you need to be nimble, flexible, reading all new candles. If all of a sudden the structure has changed and it makes sense to get out of break even, then you need to do that. You need to consider that at the very least. But if you're doing it out of fear, because it was down, so now you finally got your money back again, so to speak, right? Getting out now is like, okay, I can actually have a little win here. It's true. You can. I'm sticking with this. But if we get a chance, I will move to break even as quickly as possible. Not yet, because you're guaranteed to be taken out. And now, my stop is moved to the below this candle here. Watching. Stop to break even. Stop to break even. And now the worst case, we get out of break even. That's a beautiful feeling, right? After waiting through all of that painful wait, we are now protected. Our account is protected. Nothing bad can happen. We're likely to get stopped out here on this pullback. And that's okay. But now we can stay in case it wants to go higher. Our initial trade idea, right? Stop is at break even. Wants to pull back and get that bottom wick here, and that bottom wick will likely take us out. I'm just going to tell you that right now. And the idea of being okay with that is very important. You could get out right now for 6 points. Sent this idea out to the Telegram group. Showed them the new structure and said, here's a revised idea for you guys. Take a look at this. And I'm sure some, if not many, were able to take advantage of this and set themselves up for at least a break-even trade, or even take, some of them will scalp for 5, 6, 10 points and be able to have made a profit on this one already. Watching this push now. Stop to sure profit below this candle. Very high chance of being stopped out. I'm okay with that. Got 2.25 points there. Not bad. Buys a few coffees depending on your account size and your position size, of course. Really, with 2.5 points, sometimes you can buy, yourself dinner for the next week, depending on how much you risk. Managing this now, and out right there. So let me just go over to my account and see how many points I made here. I want to make sure we're accurate. Yeah, so 2.5, 2 points. 2-point win on managing a trade here after that big drawdown, right? And that's what this is all about, guys. This is edge shifting. We'll see where that happens now. I mean, if you've been watching our videos over the last few weeks and then go back in and saw what happened after the video ended, you'll see that our exits have been absolutely stellar. And some people are calling me the exit king, and I take that with a big laugh because it's been a great streak of getting beautiful exits, and this might be one of them too. But we'll see. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you a little bit later, certainly for the New York Open live stream and or later on in the session as we take more of these opportunities and send the ideas out to the Telegram group in advance. Everything's free, by the way. We don't charge for anything here at Cerulean, so come and join the fun, and we will talk to you soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.